taken away once again from him, which saddened him a bit, but he didn't let him interfere. But so he decided to go to sleep early because of the sadness he was feeling for the time. But anyway, we now go to Issei in the morning. So he gets up, get ready for school. He goes to school. He have pretty much a normal day of school. So after that, he goes to the he puts on his training gear as he just trains for a bit. So yeah, so he just trains for a bit until he sees. So yeah, basically he was just using the pull-up bars. So yeah, he was just using like the pull-up. So he was just using the pull-up bars. Until he saw Azia, as he says, "Azia, what are you doing here?" As Azia would say, "Oh hey, Issei." He said, this is when he hugged her, asking her, "Did they do anything to you? Are you alright?" She would say, "I'm fine." He would say, "Alright, that's a relief." He then says, "Anyway, he'd say, you would like to get something to eat?" So yeah. He would say, "Oh, it's good to see you," he says. "Would you like to get something to eat with me?" She would say, "Yes, I like it a lot." He would say, so this was when he would give a smile to her, telling her, "Alright." So this was when they would just have a fun time as in canon. He would still win that toy for her. Well, not that toy, that stuffed animal for her. And so two were just talking as they were sitting in park until who comes to ruin the mood. Until Rainier just up or come out of nowhere saying, "Aw, Issei, I didn't know you were up or doing this with other girls. You're making me feel jealous." He's like, "Shut up, Rainier," he says. "What have you been doing to Azia?" She doesn't look that as happy as she was when I met her, he says. As she then says, "You'll find out soon, you loser. You can't even hurt me." This is what Issei would then say, "Alright, a bitch wanna play a bitch role then," he says. Then he says, "Boosted gear. Boost." As you hear Drake would say, "Boost." Yeah, but that would happen as he would get stabbed in the stomach. But instead of, him actually having a lot of pain, and it didn't even faze him that much, honestly. As he then say, he then says, he just takes it out of him, saying, it didn't hurt that much, considering he does have a key barrier, and the key barrier kept it from, basically hurting him, like, to the extent it had in canon. This is when he would then activate his Kaioken, as he would say, "Kaioken!" As this is what you would see, would happen. I can't, I don't have a picture to show you, the aura would be around, but, it would be the quickest I can to get to it. So this is when you would see this aura appears around him. Then say, "Alright, let's go up in here." He's like, and so let's go up in here. This should be a fun one. He then says, "Let's go," Rainier, he says. And this is when you would see. So imagine the aura, instead of being golden, instead of being the regular Super Saiyan aura, it's gonna be, the Kaioken aura. And this is when you see a massive energy around him. Then say, as he then says, "You're dead now, die." So yeah, this is when he would say, "I want to protect Azia no matter what." But this is when you would see Rainier actually, when he was talking, Rainier was somehow able to get behind Azia and snatch her, as he would say, "Azia." But this is when you would see Rainier says, "If you ever want to see your little friend again, then come now and give me your power." Because she doesn't just want, but she's lying. She doesn't just want Issei's power. She also wants Ozzy's Twilight Healing along with his boosted gear. As he says, alright. This is when he instant transmission out of there. This is when he tells Rias. Rias says the same thing. As they have a little argument. This is when he would say, come on, let me help her. Can you stop doing this all the time? No matter what, I have to help her. She is a friend after all. I remember that right in. Actually, I want you guys to post after this for a couple of hours because of school. Plus, this video needs to post it first. So yeah. But then he would say, she would say, fine. So this is when he would then say, alright, Tom, this is when he says, this is when he would then leave. But before he left, this is when Kiba says, I'll help. This is when he says, why would you want to help, Kiba? Don't you follow Riz and everything he says? And it's kind of boring at the time being. So yeah, Kaneko would say, yeah, things are getting pretty boring. So yeah, Kiba would then say, anyway, you can probably use some backup anyway. He says, thanks guys, he would say. So yeah, he would say, thanks guys, you're the best. So yeah, this is when you would see, they would then fly over to the abandoned church, where they would easily take out Free, like one-shot, and like Issei one-shotted him through several buildings. So this is when you would see, Free did still say it was underground, so Issei and the rest of the gang would then go underground, as he would say. Azia, he would say, this is when he would see her chained up to the thing saying, and then she sees a cross right for him. He says, this is when she says, Issei, you made it. He says, this is when he had tears in his eyes, as he says, I won't let her do anything to you, he would say. She would say, He would smile, saying, Issei, it was nice knowing you. He says, Azia, don't. You're not going to die yet. There's still many more things I would like to do with you. There's still many things you have to learn, he says. This is when she then says goodbye to Issei. No! For you, Raiden, you deserve nothing but death. He says, Wolf Dragon Balance Breaker. They both say it at the same time as he then goes. This is when there's like, that power, I must have it. He must die, as he would say, you're dead, as he then starts falling his left and right, enraged about what is she doing to Ozzy. This is when you would see one full ninja got behind Issei and saying, take this, trying to slice him. This is when Kiba comes right behind him and destroys the blade with his holy eraser. This is when Kaneko would begin to punch and beat the living crap out of every man there, saying, here comes the flip side, punching them in their guts, in their chest, in their knees, just punching them everywhere. So yeah, this was when